to be watching me. Hey, you be quiet. So sketchy for anybody to drive down this street at this hour. Probably sketchy for me to be standing here sawing a log on the tailgate of my truck too, but I don't really. You know what I mean? I got a touch of the tism. What can I say? Holy stop. Looking good, boys. Elevator to hit it this way. Good Lord. 7 of y'all. Don't you have anything better to do than just listen to me saw logs? Y'all can't even see how far through this thing I am. And that's sad. It's I'm very excited, honestly. Fake and pathetic. First of all, Banjo, you don't deserve to have that word in your name if you think anything I do is fake and pathetic. Everything I do is legit as fuck. I live out of the back of my truck, asshole. And I'm making a fucking shelf for a dude out of a tree that I found in the woods. Like, go fuck yourself. Nothing I do is fake, dog. I make my own shoes, bitch. If that doesn't get me at least one sub, then y'all are all fake. Yeah, I'll try to change it to where y'all can. Well, I'll at least show you so you can see. This is a split over here, but this is the cut. Most of it I did with a chainsaw, and then from like here back, I cut with the handsaw, a different handsaw last night. I bought this one. This is more of a actual rip cut saw with much bigger teeth on it than mine has. Although they're almost the same saw. This one's also got a curved back on it, just like my other one. It's gonna be hard to tell them apart. But yeah, it looks like it's all the way through from this angle if you're just looking at that. That's only actually down to right here. So I just kind of have like this chunk left right here. Pretty happy about it. It's gonna be a fatty paycheck when it's done. Second I start opening my mouth, everybody leaves. Of course. Such a pretty log. Give her a little more. It's adorable that dude thought I mean fake. I'm like, dude, in a world this full of AI bullshit right now, and you think this is fake? Okay. If it was fake, wouldn't it be higher quality? Make shit out of trash. Life gives you garbage. Make stuff out of garbage. Make the stuff you like, but out of garbage. Garbage PS5. No. I don't know how to do that, but cool if you did get to know circuitry to that level. Just be like, I'm just gonna make my own iPhone. At a certain point, it is just a whole bunch of like copper and stuff that wound up in really small pieces. So pretty simple ish at a base level. I've always liked the idea of just making things out of wood that shouldn't be made out of wood. Like that dude on YouTube that made an engine out of wood. Love it. Good stuff. put y'all over here. Man, we're so close. I say we like y'all help. Ah, ooh. Ooh, you can see your flexing fine. Want that to split though. Might ruin it. And y'all ever seen a good way to some I've never seen or heard of a product like that. That's sick in my life. Especially if it can hold down things of different shapes and sizes. That's why it's being pinchy. Because it's that thing. Everything's going to shit. About that far left to go from the end view. Here, okay. So it's like 6 inches. The end is within sight. On one of them, I still have to cut one more. I'm gonna fix the chainsaw before I do that. Bite through that shit. Is the balls. Just gonna be pinchy then, huh? Wedgies for that. Too gentle. I'm too lazy to fix it. In turn, it's going to take me 10 times the energy to get it done. Kind of my MO. I do be a serial artist, though. I go all over the country and I find trees with similar qualities, and then I kill them and turn them into art. Like this black walnut here. See, it was a walnut tree and a black walnut tree at that, so I was like, that's what I'm going for right now, you know? One that had already been dead in the woods for a while, also. That was kind of what I was looking for. Ask and you shall receive. inch or two. So close. I've never sat here and just dove straight nose into a log with a damn handsaw before. Insane. Oh god, there's like 3/4 of an inch or a half inch maybe. Literally. Running into an area where I'm about to be nosing my tailgate. Looks like this side is past the center point, and that side almost to the center point. I feel like 5 or 10 swipes away. Eighth of an inch. Ah. Nice. Learn how to let your work be meditation. Saw him. Relax, it wasn't my grandfather's saw. Habitat for Humanity this morning. That's my other tiny teeth. The same Habitat for Humanity that my truck is currently broken down right across the street from. I'll get to that when they're laid out. I woke up stressed. You two saw long. It's that stress out. Oh, I heard that little split. Almost there. Must flip it. This side's gonna go off, of course. Good Lord. Ooh, she flexy. Dude, you're hanging down like a thread. There she goes. There she fucking goes, boys. Angelic sounds coming from the logs. Wow, she's pretty. She's so pretty. I don't know, it's kind of just showing you all the texture more than it is the... Yeah. Bro, you boys bone. Brighten up the coats a little for you. Been on the ground in the woods for years. And I couldn't find her. Still resisting water. Freshly cut up. Oh. Obvious which edge I'm keeping. This one. She looks weak. It's not at all weak. Hella hardwood. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I just need one more. So glad that's done. Still gotta plane it down by hand. That'll be fun. I need to set up some kind of like dog hole situation so that I have something to plane up against on the back of my truck. On this side of this one while it's still in. Perfectly straight, but she don't need to be. Made a pile of that sawdust. I don't make shelves. What I make is fucking sawdust. High quality sawdust. And you can't have any. It's not for sale. I don't make enough for you. I just make enough for me and my family. My cuts weren't perfectly aligned. Get some more of that off. Chisel. Back. Like it was last time. It's a lot more chainsaw marks now. So gorgeous. keep having to check because this screw kind of beat up on the bottom side and it has stopped gripping enough to hold this frog down. So she slips. Just got a message from the homie Grayson. So if y'all like solid, like real country music, Grayson June, wonderful. You know, he's not unsigned anymore. He just signed to a label, actually, and he's supposed to come out with his first album, I think, this year. But small time, really great artist. Check him out, Grayson June. He just hit me up and asked if I would make him something on my laser engraver. So I'm gonna have to live stream whenever I do that. He said, make me something cool with your laser engraver, and I replied, I'll do that as soon as you tell me what you mean by cool. Wow. Pattern on this stuff. Wood grain is gorgeous. I'll push much harder than that. Chisel. Flathead up there. Couldn't care less about it. I gotta tear through all this wood anyway, so I'm not worried about marring it either. Wow. Shit, toy and wow. That piece went over there. That's fine. Back to plain old this thing. Get it. Go. know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why does it still feel loose now? Thanks, Harbor Freight. Thank you, Banjo. You have no idea what you're talking about, so that makes two of us. What are y'all talking about? I'm doing this for a paid gig. Oh, it's adorable. Much uneven. I had to eyeball the cut with my chainsaw. I started, so it ain't perfect. So tired of this shitty hand plane. Way out. love how you're like only spreading hatred, and yet you commented twice within an hour, and they were like 45 minutes apart from each other. That means either you at some point had to type in my name or re-click on it. Either way, it's a good thing for my channel. That's cute, dude. And thank you. Thank you for caring enough to watch. Preach. Or caring enough to comment twice. Thanks, bro. Also, I totally do play banjo. Like, that's how I make the majority of my money. These side gigs are awesome. When somebody asks me to make some custom, that's super appreciated, and I love it. That's why I wake up early to do it. But, you know, most of the time I make my money playing banjo and singing. You can check out my other videos if you want to hear me sing. I don't have a boss except this guy right here. It's getting so loose. Things just falling apart. Coming out too far, I think. That's about right. It's off today. Finish you get on a nice sharp blade on a hand plane is unmatched. Ooh-wee. not smoothly. Keeping her real short. I think I need to turn this thing around, going against the grain. Hello, Benjamin Christopher or Christoffel. Now I'm going well from here up, here down with it. Your final exams, my guy? I don't know anything about exams. I'm entirely self-taught on everything. I graduated high school and then I was like, I'm off to hit the road and learn new things. Let me tell you, it's rewarding in its own way, but it is a pain in the ass to be like me too. It's got a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Some people think I got the downs because of how many downs there are, and I still choose it. You ain't a real woodworker unless when you can't find your coffee spoon, you just figure it out. But then also don't let rust happen, which it's inevitable when you live in the back of your truck like I do. Drink cold coffee. Do you wish you went to college? Not at all. I was one of those people that I was like, I finished high school, and everybody in my family has been to college previously. But I went up to like 5 of my parents' most trusted friends privately, one on one, and I was like, I asked all of them individually at different times. I asked them all the same group of questions, and other than what they went to college for, every single one of them had the exact same answers across the board. And I decided I'm not gonna make that mistake. Um, I said, "What did you go to college for?" That was, or did you go to college? Yes. They all said yes. They all had different answers for what they went for. The third thing was, did you use that degree or did you get a good job or did you get to where you're at just because you had a degree? All of them said just because they had a degree and it was not wherever they ended up getting a good job was not in their field that they went to college for. And the last question was, are you still paying for it? Mind you, these people are all about my parents' age. And my parents both had the same answers too. Yes, they're still paying for it. No, they didn't use that degree. I was like, I'm never going to, work for anybody. I didn't know that at the time. But what I did know was that I'm not going to work for someone who needs a piece of paper um, to believe that I am capable of what I'm capable of, or that I know what I know, or that I'm good at what I'm good at. So, um, yeah, I decided right then that I was going to, not that I wasn't going to go to college, but that I was going to take a year break to travel and figure out what I wanted to do for a living so that I knew where to go, what to go to college for. And at the end of that year of traveling, I had decided that I'm not going to work for anybody ever for the rest of my life. I can't. I'm too defiant. And like my dad started his own business building guitars. I've worked for him my whole life. I have so much more life experience than like 99.9. Like I'm not privileged in the ways that most whites are. Very polar opposite on a lot of levels. But because of that, I've learned how to get the things that make me feel good in life uh, from scratch by myself. You know, most of the things that I enjoy, I know how to make from nothing. And if I don't, I can figure out something. You know, like I run out of rolling papers, I don't have any money. I'm not a thief, so I'll grab a stick and carve it into a pipe real quick. And it's the simple things in life that make me happy. So you know, hand tools. So I don't need to pay for electricity anywhere. Uh, I really hate the government. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but so it makes it risky when I have to talk to cops because they'd be like, "Where's your insurance?" I'm like, "I don't believe in that shit. Get the fuck away from my stuff." Like, about to have a goddamn tea party over here. speaking of tea parties, did y'all know that the Boston Tea Party was caused over 0.9% taxes? And they're currently charging us like 11% taxes almost. Just saying. What am I doing now? What do you mean? My independence? Yeah. I mean, everybody's got to be independent, man, unless you want to, like, I don't know. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. That's why I'm kind of a part of why I just record the work that I do on YouTube. Just to have content of like video of me when I was alive for those after I died that loved me, because I know there's a lot of fucking people that love me, and a lot of them don't get to see me very often, and so I want just video they can watch if they want to. But currently, right now, I'm planing this slab that I just cut off this log, half of it with a chainsaw, half of it by hand, because my chainsaw won't start. Because I met this dude on the Nextdoor app, and he wanted 2 live edge darker wood to match the new flooring that's going in his living room. Dark wood live edge shelves that were only like 3 feet long, 7 inches deep, 2-inch thick. And I was like, man, I think I know where I can find a log about like that and cut it up. Of course, I thought it was going to be like an afternoon thing. And now here I am on week 3 of fixing going out to buy a chainsaw, repairing chainsaw. Chainsaw got through almost 2 cuts. Had to do the rest by hand. Now chainsaw broken, must repair again. But I was like, dude, if I finish one, I bet he'll throw me a few bucks, and then that'll give me what I need to probably just buy a new carb kit for my chainsaw and be able to make the other one really quick. And then I can get on out of this town. But currently I woke up this morning and my fucking ignition switch went out. So gotta figure that one out too. But most of the time, when it comes to what I do for money, like to survive, is I busk. I stand in front of grocery stores and I sing, and I've gotten good enough at it that people pay me pretty well typically. I average in this town, I average like at about 60 an hour. So, better than any job I've ever had. Some days it's amazing. Most days, every single day something happens that at least one thing happens that makes me either laugh or smile. Almost every single day has at least one memorable moment in it for me, whether it be just like a random, really thoughtful text that my mom sends me out of nowhere, or an old friend I haven't talked to in years that somehow hasn't died like the rest. God forbid one of my friends who stopped doing drugs years ago does one bump of cocaine and dies of a fentanyl overdose. How's Trump going for me? You know what, man? When it comes to politics, I understand that the decisions these people make trickle down and do affect my life. But the way I like to think about it is I've never met the motherfucker, and he's never said or done anything to me. And that's how I feel about all politicians. It does not concern me because it's literally not a part of my life. The people around me are a part of my life, and if they're doing something to fuck up, I don't know much about government, man. I don't don't know anybody who's into it, or who's a part of it, rather. People that are a physical part of my life, I put in too. People that are not, I do not. But I mean, but physical part of my life. I mean, technically at this point, I consider your words to have become so your thoughts uh have become a physical part of my life at this point, because I've acknowledged you, I've said your name, or at least the handle that you have referring to you, and we've exchanged ideas at this point. So it's like, yeah, you have affected my life effectively, and it's up to you whether you want to affect people's lives positively or negatively. Like, the first couple comments were just coming from like people that were being complete assholes, asking no questions, making wild assumptions and generalizations. And they could have come in and just been like, followed what their mothers told